Okay, so Sinead O'Connor, she's a famous Irish singer. She is also famous for protesting the Catholic church child sexual abuse scandal. Now says she has converted to Islam. She made the announcement on Twitter and will go now by the Islamic name Shuhada David. She said she was proud to become a Muslim and that any intelligent theologian would end up there too. So now I guess she also claims to be a theologian.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of Muslims are celebrating this all over social media.
Well, sure, she's famous.
Yeah, they love it when somebody so high profile converts to Islam. Did she say her reasons for why she converted?
She said that her theological beliefs were there. She claimed that she scrutinized it, the same that she did everything else. But she said that the Catholicism sex scandal, and it wasn't the one recently that she protested. She protested one that was back in the 90s. In fact, she did a whole she appeared on Saturday Night Live and did a whole skit on it.
So is she Sunni or Shia, or does she see it right now? You know.
To be honest with you, I don't think that she knows the difference.
Well, she might know. She might think is okay. So here's the thing. So she was before this was protesting against the Catholic abuse, right? So does she not? What does she think about Muhammad having sex with a 9-year-old?
Exactly. She, Islam is not immune to child abuse or to sex scandals or to anything. I mean, a church isn't a safe place. We see that all the time. There's been shootings in churches. There's been children raped in churches. There's been lies told in churches, obviously. So yeah, a church is not a safe space, and any intelligent person, Christian, Muslim, atheist, whatever, any intelligent person that is not willfully dishonest will admit that a church is not safe.
No, but at least the Christians could claim that these Catholic child abuses, they're not in our scripture, right? There's nothing in our holy text that tells you to go ahead and have sex with children, right? But
in the Old Testament, it speaks of two different wars in Exodus, in which Noah counted the troops. I believe I forget the chapter and everything. I can post it in the comments after. But one of the commandments was to take no men prisoners. That all of the men were to be killed. The women could be taken as their own. They could be sold, and the children, even the young girls, could be kept as sex slaves.
Okay. Okay, never mind then.
But
that's the Old Testament,
I don't know how many Christians even know that, because they're just used to listening to the top 40 hits.
I just wonder if she says that she studied Islam before converting to being a Muslim, if she covered that part where Muhammad had sex with a 9-year-old, because that's an undeniable part of Islam. Like anybody that studies the Hadith knows that this is an undeniable, authentic part of the Islamic canon.
Sure, absolutely.
And given her stance against the Catholic Church abuse scandal, I wonder, and nobody that understands Islam can deny that that Islam is about following Muhammad as the perfect role model, right? And for you to understand what you're supposed to do is to study his way of life, what he said and what he did. It's called the Sunnah, right? So you have two sources.
Yes.
One is the Quran and the other one is Sunnah, which is that, and she understands that. So given that we have to live the way Muhammad lived, and given that Muhammad has sex with a 9-year-old girl, what are her stances on that? I don't understand. Like, the reason why I want to know if she studied Islam in full, because every time somebody leaves Islam, they tell us that you don't understand Islam, or you should have talked to a scholar, or you're not educated enough. But whenever somebody joins Islam, they never ask her those questions, right? They never like, whoa, no, you can't join Islam. Have you talked to a scholar first? Did you fully understand Islam? The standard seems to be a lot lower, right?
And that's because as soon as you accept Islam, and as soon as the imam or the teacher, whoever you're speaking to, knows that, they immediately realize that they have intellectual authority over you, that whatever they say is in the name of Islam and therefore must be true.
You're right. And, it's interesting that on Atheist Republic, we're covering somebody that converted to Islam, right?
Right.
But the thing is that if you look at most Islamic sources of news or commentary, they don't talk about the high number of people that are leaving Islam, right?
Yes.
That even though they know that's a huge problem right now. Within the Islamic community, but whenever somebody converts to Islam, they just highlight it and talk about
celebrated.
it. Celebrated so much, especially when it's somebody white, especially white women.
Sure, especially rich white women.
Right. No, but I don't know what it is about white women that Muslims really love when they convert to Islam, because that's the number one thing they focus on.
Oh, well, it's easy because it makes converting future generations easier, because you're going to have a son or a daughter that is half white and half Arabic or whatever their nationality is, and make it easier to indoctrinate other people, because you're really immersing yourself into another culture.
No, I mean, if this was like an Indian woman converting to Islam, even if she was famous, it wouldn't get as much coverage. I could bet you that. But let me see. Scott is saying, I hope she finds happiness with her new religion. And I also hope she finds a very religious husband who beats her daily. Holy fuck, Scott. What the fuck?
Wow. Seriously?
Scott. God damn it, Scott.
Man, I was right there with you up until you had to make that dumbass comment.
No, I was gonna say, I mean, I didn't agree with the first part. I thought he was being serious, because I wouldn't say like, I hope you find happiness in heroin, right? No, you couldn't.
All I heard was, I hope you find happiness, and I was like, okay, cool, like somebody's being nice, and then he finished.
Yeah, no, but yes, fucking hell, Scott. No, I don't. I hope nobody ever beats her ever. Or anybody else. Molly is saying, I have been told that that next week she's converting to Judaism, because apparently nothing compares to Jew. I don't understand what she's saying. Khadar is saying, at long last she found the true religion. I think this is the actual Muslim commenting. By the way, we do get a lot of Muslims and other religious people, Christians, on our Atheist Republic page, which is great, because now we can have discussions. Like you can see that. And I really like the fact that Facebook lets you laugh or get angry instead of just liking a comment, because that way a lot of these comments now shows up at the top, because usually they wouldn't. Gary is saying, your prophet married a 9-year-old, just saying. That's no, he didn't marry a 9-year-old. He didn't
even marry her.
no, he married a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
He married her when she was 6.
And he had sex with her when she was 9.
Well, she was molesting her between 6 and 9. She was, doing other stuff. But then he consummated the marriage when she was 9 years old.
Right.
And this is authentic hadith. Anybody that tells you that this is not true it's absolute bullshit. Okay, this is This is based on what Muslims considered authentic hadith. Is mentioned many times across different sources of hadith. This is as canonized in Islam as the Quran. Okay, don't let anybody tell you that this is not true. Don't let anybody tell you there's other things that telling you that she was 18. That's fucking bullshit. Right. If you remove the part of the hadith that this age 9 comes from, most of Islam goes out with it. Okay, that's how big. Right. That's how important the source is. If you remove hadith, Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim from Islam and other authentic source of hadith, 4 out of 5 pillars of Islam is gone. Right. So don't let anybody tell you. With regards to what really happened with Muhammad, we have no idea. Okay, we don't even know what Muhammad did or what kind of life he lived. What we know is what is canonized in Islam, what is considered authentic according to Islamic teaching, all schools of thoughts of Islamic teaching based on Islam itself. Muhammad did this. Okay.
Yep, and anybody who claims that it is metaphorical or not literal or allegory is full of shit, because Islam teaches that this is literal, that this really happened as it's written, no bullshit, you know, word for word exactly happened. Yes, he split the moon in half. He ascended to heaven on a winged horse. It's all literal.
Right. I mean, the splitting the moon part is actually in the Quran as well. But anyways, do you wanna see what the YouTube live chat is saying?
Yeah, see the YouTube live chat. Beach says after they've fawned over her for a while, they will probably enforce the rules even more strictly on her. She has to be the perfect example of a convert. Yeah, I'll have to agree with you there. I mean, they wouldn't do it publicly because that would show. I mean, right now she's a poster woman for them. She's marketing and promotional material. You know, they're not going to come out and say, "Oh, she's not a good Muslim."
Jeff in the Facebook live chat is saying she can't turn away now. Actually, that's true, because she could have, like, a lot of people are saying that she's going to change her religion next week, but she can't anymore because I mean, not in a safe way, at least, because now she's going to be an ex-Muslim if she leaves Islam, and she is punishable by death. I mean, she can, but not according to Islam.
Right. Well, isn't apostasy? It's not for leaving Islam, but it's for trying to return to Islam after leaving.
No.
Like after you leave Islam, don't they just ban you? But if you try to return, that's when they're supposed to kill you.
No. If you leave it, no. If you become a Muslim or if you're born a Muslim, you can't leave. It's a one-way contract. I see. If you leave, it's punishable by death. That's also authentic hadith. Don't let anybody tell you. So if she leaves Islam, if she changes her mind next week, it's punishable by death. She can join. Wait, where is she from?
She's Irish, but I believe that I read that she's living in the U.S.
Oh, okay, so she could join ex-Muslims of North America if she leaves.
Atheist Republic's mission is to give atheists around the world a louder voice. In order for us to be able to continue the Atheist Republic, we need your help. If we reach 100 patrons, we'll finally be able to afford all our costs. Help us get there.